Okay, before we get started.
Hi, it's 5:30. We call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda, approval of the agenda.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Debbie, motion. Second. Kelsey. Approved. Approval of minutes from June 9th.
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Teddy. Motion carried. They've already been signed. We'll hand it back over.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next item is director's report.
Okay. Coming. Okay. Candidate filing for the municipalities of Star and Troy and Handy Sanitary District Board of Supervisors continues until this Friday, July 17th at noon. The following have filed for candidacy so far, and this is accurate. Soil and Water closed on Monday, so we have Scott Maynor and Misty Manus who filed for that. They were currently holding seats on that board.
You said Monday, would that have been yesterday?
Yes.
13th?
Yes. Handy Sanitary District, we have had no one file as of yet. I've been in conversation with Davidson County and the state concerning if no one files from here and those kinds of things. And we are aware of what steps we need to take or not concerning that. Troy Town Mayor Craig Jones has filed for that. Town of Troy Commissioners, the three that were already holding seats have already filed. They filed, all of Troy filed on last Monday. Town of Star, there's no one has filed to be mayor of Star as of yet. Town of Star Commissioners, Tricia Mabe, who is new, a new filing candidate. And then Larry Stewart Christiana is currently holding a seat as a commissioner. He has already filed. Do you have any questions about the filings or anything?
Are they like 2 or 3 slots in Star?
Star has 3.
3, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you.
June 16th was our DS 200 and express boat maintenance visit. Prentelec came and performed annual machine maintenance. The DS 200 from Candor that appeared to have frozen the ballot count on election day was set aside to be looked at specifically. The technician reinstalled firmware on this machine, and we made this machine the absentee ballot machine so it would stay at the office and not go out to any precinct. He did not know why the machine performed this way on election day, but uninstalling firmware and reinstalling it should have fixed it. When I say that we have made this machine the absentee ballot machine, all I mean is the head of the machine went into the shell that's marked absentee ballot machine.
That's the one we're gonna use.
Yes,
that we
sir.
use.
Yes, sir. And I can make that the backup absentee ballot if you want me to, but he's confident that that fixed whatever the issue was. He did not think it was what I had thought about the stick being bumped on that day by the precinct official trying to tuck the tape. He said, I really don't think that's what happened, but he's assured me that what he did to fix that did fix it. I completed ADA inspections and they're on the agenda tonight for review and discussion. Our IT director for the county, Ms. Janet Meek, let me know the order for new precinct laptops was placed on Tuesday, July the 7th. When they are received, IT has processes to complete, then they will get them to us promptly as possible. At that point, new printers will be ordered. Yay! On July 8th, I emailed you all a copy of the deceased voter report I received from the state. This report showed that Montgomery County had a total of 80 deceased voters on the voter rolls. As you know, Donna's going back through the death reports month by month. And as of yesterday afternoon, before she left, she has removed 41 voters that were not previously removed and should have been. So she's halfway.
So she's removed 41 of the 80 that were on the list.
That we believe to be the 80, yes. And we did not know our number that were on the rolls that should not have been on the rolls till we got this report. That's why I was very thankful to get it. So that we could see where we were. I didn't know if it was hundreds or 10 or what it was, so that was good. So, y'all have any other questions about anything?
The laptops will be in and ready to go before the voting starts.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
As soon as they are done with their part, I'll receive those and then I can, get the training laptops. I have to put the training information onto the laptops before they go live for early voting, which is a normal process.
Right.
I do the training first, early voting, then I do election day training, and then I do early voting live is what I refer to it as, and then election day live.
There been any other discussions or comments about Mary since the communications students?
No, John, Mr. Deaton came in to bring his report and he said that, they're pretty sure they're going to be out of there in time, but our backup for the library is the food distribution center.
Gotcha.
And if worse comes to worse, that's not that big of a jump to
Yeah.
tell, voters, if you will, just drive, go right down there to it. So
Yeah.
at least we have that. The backup before was the rescue squad building. And then I called, Frankie Manus to go over that with him and I just let him know that would mean pulling out the ambulances and things. And I didn't think that was a good thing to do. So he told me food distribution center was available for me. And if I needed to use it, let him know and whoever had scheduled it would be pushed back.
Gotcha.
I think we've let them know our concerns in enough time. And Mr. Deaton called me. I emailed him and he called me and let me know the county was already aware of our needs for the library and it was talked about. He said, don't you worry, they are aware of your needs. So it's good.
Anything else for me? We'll move on. No old business. And public comment period.
It's over there.
No public comment.
Felt people staring at you.
Yeah, all of them here, so. Hi, on to new business. Review of the 2025-2026 ending budget and the approved 26-27 budget.
This is something I wanted to provide for you all to be able to go over. I'm not sure that you've ever had this before. What you see with the cover sheet on it is our budget from last year and how we ended. And we ended with a large balance. I did good or I did not do good. I'm learning. I'm going to have to learn how to spend the money that we need. If you look on the second page, the ending balance there year to date is $71,680. So I do like the amount we set aside for our precinct officials because this would cover a second election if needed. So we have cushion and I think that's just wisdom.
So
It's
this
just
is
wisdom.
taking into account all those extra things we had to do.
That was the last budget.
That was the, our budget runs July
Oh,
to June.
Right.
Yeah.
So this 25-26 budget would have had the municipal election in the fall and the primary and in the spring.
Mhm.
So going forward, the 26-27 budget will only have one election, which is
The
the
general.
November election. It's November's election. Because primary, there's no primary next year with just the 3 municipal.
So you'll have that to be able to review. The second item is what I requested in yellow. I do not list salaries or insurances and things like that. I do not have access to that information. HR takes care of that. So you can look to see what I requested from the county on that form. And then the last one is the final budget for our department from the county. And
It's a lot more than we requested.
well, the second page, you'll
Got the-
see.
It's got the salaries.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does have salaries added and everything. Personal computing devices on the second page is where they allocated for our computers.
Yeah.
I had requested a total of 74,062 because that was the amount of precinct laptops and printers that I was quoted by IT. And, they only gave me the 65,000, but the item above it and the item below will equal what we need. And we didn't use that before. And I know we have the cushion. We only have one election and we may spend half of that, a little over half, unless anything occurs, preferably not. But we do have cushion to be able to cover all of those. And when, the IT department sent me the requisition to approve our laptops, it was quite a bit less than I had been quoted before. And I'm not sure if that's software installation or purchasing. That has to come from me, and that's not included in that amount, but we'll see what all the finalization is when it's done. But I wanted y'all to have that information because I think it's important for you to know as a board what's involved in the budget, what is budgeted and what's needed. And if I need any correction from you concerning the way I perform my duties in this area, please let me know.
Any other questions on that? Comments? We'll move on to ADA inspection sheets for review and discussion. Kim put a little PowerPoint together with some pictures of what she found on the ones that are lacking in some areas. If you want to share that,
Okay, let me talk about the signs first.
yeah.
And then, so before I came back, what the state does as far as directors, when you have extra equipment that you're not using, you send out a mass message. I have all of this equipment, who wants it? We have an immense amount of poles, bases, and signs downstairs. They're all plastic. They'll survive the rain. There's tubs full of them that came from Stanley County. Rhonda had gotten them. Kenneth went and picked them up. So in saying that, some of the precincts may need just a handicap voting sign. We have one. Okay. This sign is used in Bisco because we rerouted voter traffic, but it's on the back of a vote here sign that I have tubs of just a vote here sign. A tub full of those and a tub full of those and a tub full of these. They got tissue paper in between them. It's stacks. It's a lot. We fill these with water, not sand, because sand somehow made it to the DS200s over there and it's not agreeable with the machine. So we would definitely use just water there. A couple of the precincts says we're going to look at the stoop or the landing in front of the door entering the precinct has a drop off on either side. We're supposed to have something there. So I had, John had come by to sign a petition form and I showed him my creation. I would get reflective tape. This is just a demonstration, but they are to mimic these cones. And so, and we have a lot of these. You can buy 6 for 100. Wait a minute. I had the price over here, 102. You can buy 6, or I can create them and save us some money. All I would have to buy is reflective tape to go on there. So that's my demonstration there.
When you saying that, were you saying that you're needing to get rid of some of them?
Some of,
Your poll.
no, sir. I'm just letting y'all know we have an
Yeah,
immense
like,
amount
yeah,
of supplies.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if you were asking.
If we know somewhere else,
Put an email out,
needs to
somebody
be, we
else.
can let you know.
no, we are hanging on to them
Okay,
because we never know, when we're going to need them.
okay.
So also when I do chief judge trainings, if their precincts need some kind of adjustment or change or sign, I'll go over that with them with this. Okay.
Before you get started.
Sure.
As you go, if you look at the handout that she created, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Hey, do you want to consider?
about maybe 8 that need something done. In depth. Well,
Can't see it there.
talked about each one.
Come on down. Slide.
Yeah. If we had a nice setup, throw that up on the screen.
Well, we would have, but
We're on this end.
anyway, it's just, I have to cut off lights on different.
So,
Okay. So Troy 2, and I listed them on your sheet in order that I went and visited the precincts. Troy 2, you see the contact information, who I called to let them know I was coming, the contact result, inspection completed date, and the result. That one was all good. There were no issues at Troy 2. Troy 1 is at the library. The only issue there is not a van accessible spot where you have a handicap spot with the painted area that allows for the ramp to come out of the van and the wheelchair to come out. And it just makes sense. You need that. So I'm going to create one with cones at the library. Beside of that, if you're looking at the back of the library, it's the first handicap spot on the left. I'll take care of that there. Bisco was good to go. There were no issues there. Candor. Let's see here. Okay, this is Candor.
everybody's been to Camden before.
Mhm.
You know, they use the front door
Mhm.
in and out,
The side door.
but everybody parks on the side of the building.
Yeah,
And so the handicap spot is technically
Right
on the
here.
side of the building.
and it's on the ground.
So
And I did find special parking conditions where parking spaces are limited to 4 or fewer spaces. A sign identifying the accessible space is not required, but it needs to be on the ground, and it is. The only thing with Candor that I would like to recommend is and it's the only precinct that had a doorknob issue where you need to have a lever
Mhm.
where so nobody has to turn the knob. These is $16 for 2. And it just pops right on the doorknob, and then it's accessible. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
So, I would like to be able to do that for them. And then if need be, I'll get with the chief judge to see where their curbside is, because
curbside's right in front of the front door.
Right,
Yeah.
on the side.
No, on the front of the door they go in and out of, they,
Okay.
that's curbside right there.
Okay, well, that's different from the handicap. Handicap's
Yeah.
on the other side. So they're good, because handicap and curbside are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, okay, so that's Candor. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
All right, Cheeks Creek, I just wanted to let right here, this is their handicap sign, it's fine. And their spot is fine, I just need curbside over here. I don't know where they've been putting curbside, but it doesn't need to be where the handicap sign is.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing about them. El Dorado. Has no handicaps area at all. There's none. And when I got over there, I'm walking around and I met the gentleman that's the chief there, and I asked him, I said, do you not have a handicap spot? He said, no, we don't have one. I said, okay, I have the signage for it. I spoke with Tabitha and Stanley because she is their ADA inspector over there, and this is her heart is with ADA accessibility at all the precincts and buildings and stuff. She recommended, if you look at the front of the building, for the handicap spot to be right here.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then because it has to be the closest to the door. And so I would put a sign there, and then the doors there, nobody's going to pull up the side of a van. So they would have room to be able to lower their ramp and things like that. So that one will be taken care of.
Mhm.
Okay. It's an eye-opening thing.
Yeah,
You know?
when she told me there was no handicap spot up there, like, that's a really new building.
Really new. Yeah, really new.
How
That's
can there
shocking.
not be one?
Cause
Yeah.
somebody ever rather change about it.
And then the next one is Little River. Okay, Little River does not have a handicap sign here. And Mr. John, verified it used to be there. He doesn't know where it is.
It's probably laying behind the building.
Right behind that
Probably.
Wheelhouse building out there.
So we'll have, the handicap sign will be on the left side of the pad, and then the curbside will be to the right. And then the precinct officials can go park on the other side of the pad and then set up the signs. Okay, because we were kind of thinking maybe they just wanted to be able to drive through anyway, but we'll take care of that. Mount Gilead Highland Community Center was fine. Ophir, the only thing about Ophir is the porch dropping off. And it's right here. There's a big drop off here and right here. And I would just put two of the skinnies on the front and the side just for, alert. And caution, exactly, Kelsey. And then PD. Okay. This is another one that has no handicap parking whatsoever. And this really surprised me because the parking lot is kind of unusual. In the ADA inventory list, review list, you're not supposed to have anything blocking in case of a blind person walking, and they have a concrete monument kind of thing in the middle of the sidewalk, but they have a second one that's clear, so that's okay. I notified the chief judge of that precinct to ask her where they put curbside parking, and she said they put it right at the mailbox. So they have voters just pulling right up here to the mailbox with the hose across there. I'm proposing we put the handicap parking where my car is. Put the sign in where the nose of my car is, and the van would have all that room, and there's a sidewalk that leads straight to the front door.
Is that in front of that,
Yeah, it will block one of the bays.
one of the bays? They empty it there during the voting
Yeah.
day, right?
Yeah.
We were out there, Dree and I was stopped in there one year and
Yeah.
I watched the guy spend 30 minutes trying to back into one of them bays. Oh, it was hilarious. I tell you, let me just go do it for him. Yeah, we got in the truck and left.
But right here on the right side of my car is where that sidewalk is. It's not obstructed at all.
Mhm.
Where their ramp could come down and the wheelchair can go straight in there.
Most people use that sidewalk anyway.
Right, right. So, that's what I would like to do there.
Makes sense.
That's okay. And then Rocky, there were no issues there. Star, there were no issues there. Uwari precinct. Again, the porch drops off on either side, and I would just like to put a cone on either side of that porch. And then Wadeville has a drop off. I'd put a cone on either side of the landing, but their sign is white. It's
Still got-
faded. It doesn't have anything, so I would just replace it with one of ours.
Yeah.
To,
They just remodeled that place and they couldn't get a new sign.
I'm sending letters. I'm gonna
Last
test.
self-inspected parking lot was gravel. I
Yeah.
remember we actually had to paint it.
Mhm.
We painted the gravel collection day
Yeah.
with like a temporary paint.
Mhm.
These are the letters that'll go out, and I did, talk to Tabitha about this and found out what Stanley does. Excuse me, for their precinct. So I want y'all to look at this. I've got all four here for the main ones. And then on the back, the difference is the back at Baden Lake Fire Department, and it lists what needs to be done and then what I'm gonna do temporarily. And it's like Tabitha said, whether they choose to do it, it's on them, but we have to make it accessible for a while it's in use by us.
We have to prove that we notified them.
So the other thing is you're gonna send these to the contact person
Yes,
with each of the facilities.
yes,
Are you also going to copy county maintenance?
I can,
The majority of them get county maintenance money.
I can.
Yeah, that would be it.
That is a good, that's a good idea.
So I would copy,
Okay.
Kevin, it's still Kevin, isn't it?
It is.
And Frankie. Just so that, they're aware, because, if they're getting county money, county's responsible for these buildings. And like Little River, I know there was a sign there. I know it was
That's about
there.
100 years.
That might be a pile of.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Kevin's office. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
We could rub one down.
I think that's since you get them from the well house.
Yeah.
Would you like for me to mail them a hard copy? Is that what you mean? Or
Are you gonna mail this?
I was gonna yes, I
Yeah,
was
okay,
going
so
to
if
copy
you physically mail these, I would just send an email to Kevin.
with all of them included.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just one.
Yep.
Okay. That's.
Just so that they're aware because like any building the county owns or contributes money to, they've got to follow these procedures.
Yeah.
That's why all these sidewalks that got redone,
It's federal.
you know, that's a ADA thing for, you know, those little bubble things is for the blind people. And they're not just, they didn't do it just here. I mean, they're doing it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, they do it across.
Yeah. Mhm.
Go through there. They do it at night.
Yeah. I go through there at least once a week to go to my
I put there
office.
about 6 times a month. I'm pretty much down at Cameron all the time,
Mhm.
every day.
Okay, anything else about the ADA? Thank you for getting it all together.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's like it'll all work out, nothing major.
No, it isn't nothing major, but there's things I think would help us not be as accountable if someone fell or there's a need
Exactly.
there.
Sure. Alright. Um, so next item is to review our early voting plan and discussion and approval for the general elections of November 3rd, 2026. Your packet, Kim has provided us the absentee early voting plan, numbers from the November of 22 election. I took the liberty of breaking those down by, into a percentage. So our total absentee count for early voting in 2022 was 3,707 voters. 23% was Bisco at 861. 60% was the library here in Troy at 2,216, and then 17% at our Mount Gilead location, Highland Community Center. And there was 630 folks there. Typically, our even year election as far as our turnout. And that's why on our off years, we just do the single location here. So any recommendations or what you would like to see here, open for discussion. I do have a couple plans, some that were written up by the staff based off of history. Which I can run through those real quick and then we can discuss it.
Yeah, I think I'd like to hear it.
Okay. So, the first one is, location 1, which is the Bisco Town Hall. Location 2, Mount Gilead's Highland Community Center. Location 3 is the Troy Library, with early voting dates of October 15th through the 30th. 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And, the last Saturday 4 is October 30th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so that was one suggestion. The
That's
second,
one Saturday, and then the rest is during the week.
yes,
Okay.
that's one Saturday. And then the second option she had, oh wait, sorry, that included all the Saturdays. Correct? The first option you had.
They're
15
the same, just one sheet at the bottom has that statement where there.
So that was from the 15th through the 30th. It's not clear. This, is
Percent?
that every Saturday?
October 31st. No,
No,
that's just that
the
last
single
one.
Saturday.
I
And this one, this other one you have to be the only Saturday that early voting would take place would be that day.
that's the only difference between the two is I included the phrase that there would only be one
Okay,
Saturday.
that's-
allowed.
okay.
That's it.
All right, yeah. So it's basically the same two, just the way she wrote it up.
Mhm. For
For
clarification. on that.
clarification. So basically, we're looking at the suggestion. I'm gonna get my calendar out quick.
When you said the 30th, I was like,
Yeah, so October 15th, which is that Thursday, so we would be looking at the 15th, 16th, which is Thursday, Friday, and then the 19th through the 23rd, which is Monday through Friday. And then the 26th through the 31st, which would be the Saturday, the last Saturday before Election Day. And that last Saturday would be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
by law, we have to have that.
Yes.
That's the, yeah, I know that was a statute.
So that's the suggestion. The only difference in these two pieces of paper that she handed me was the second one just says this will be the only Saturday that early voting would take place on the bottom of it. But discussion?
It's good to say. Doesn't sound like it should confuse anybody.
It's open for discussion. Are you
I think
referencing
that
the email from
email-
yesterday?
Yeah, I think that email was very eloquent. And I mean, and I could understand her points. But the problem is, I think that person doesn't understand how to go for them to come and get more involved in this process and know what we have to offer is that we only have 2 employees. And I don't want them working 7 days a week. That's not fair to them and it's not fair to anybody else. And the amount of people that's voting, I don't think would be worth it. I don't think we're gonna gain that much by being open on a Sunday. Personally, I just don't think it'll happen. We have did it in the past and there was not that big a turnout.
Does anybody remember how many there were that voted on that Sunday? Do you remember? I know I was here then.
Yeah.
It was not,
There wasn't many at all.
It's not,
It
it's
wasn't
not
many.
cost,
It
cost restricted.
was, you know.
And I think with
And
all
we had-
those
we had to
days,
put- Not only do we have to put them in there, that we had to put the same people, you know, if people sign up to work. There's got to be a continuation of all them people working.
And if you have one site open, you have to have all sites open.
Yeah.
So,
So that's a lot of encouraged.
so you're looking at 3 sites
Yeah.
on a Sunday for 6 hours.
Now, I know.
If they get that's
Have
132.
one side.
Yeah.
Early vote.
Um,
I think we're going above and beyond by having 3 sites. I think it's. That's,
um,
how much added expense would it be? You know, maybe we did a shortened time on Sunday, like after church, 12 to 5.
If we do, because next meeting, we're gonna talk about precinct officials and things like that. So if we had 3 precinct officials for 4, let's say $11 an hour times how many hours are you thinking? 4 hours? 1 to 5?
You think, hey, 12 to 5?
I wouldn't do 12 because a lot of them may go to church.
just close to 7 man.
There you go.
Come on.
We are providing adequate opportunity to vote.
For the municipal, we had early voting here and it was just 3 precinct officials and there were 13 votes.
13 votes for 3 municipal.
And we know that the first day and that Saturday is going to be just 2 days usually.
Yep. Historically, the numbers for that last Saturday are not high.
No.
Even in a presidential year, that Saturday's not high.
You don't think it would be different this year because of the situation?
I don't see a difference.
So like,
You know, what I've heard in the past is, well, you know, we need to give we need to extend our times, we need to add times because people work, people have this and people have that. You know, I look at, the way I look at it, I travel a lot with my job and I make time for my family. I make time for my doctor's appointments. I can make time for this. And North Carolina has a law. Your employer has got to allow you to go vote. So it can't, you can't use, well, I have to work as an excuse anymore. There's a law there that says, all you gotta do is tell your employer, I need time off to go work. We also have no question absentee ballots. All you gotta do is send it in.
There's so many different options.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the, proposal as given by the director.
Can I ask a question? How many registered voters in the county?
17,000.
I
It's
just,
a little over 17,003. I apologize for not
well,
knowing
that,
exactly.
you're okay. So you've got 4 years ago, not even 25% of voters turned out. Early voting. Was this absentee?
And we've hung around 17.
25%.
I mean, so you're looking at adding, some more time for less than 25% of unregistered voters voting. And I honestly, personally don't believe adding that extra 4 or 5 hours for one Sunday is going to increase that many. It's just my opinion. Okay, Kelsey, go ahead with what
Oh,
you
I didn't
say.
say that. I said my
Say it
motion.
again, so I can hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. My motion is accept as submitted by the director.
Okay, I have one comment though. I understand that overall, meeting most voters' needs. I just want to say that we need to consider every voter. There are some people that work 7 days a week and maybe they can only go on. They've never voted.
So, she said that we need to consider all the voters. And some voters work 7 days a week, and we should consider giving them an option to vote after church on Sunday.
If they're working 7 days a week, are they going to church on Sunday?
Okay, 6.5 days.
6
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay. I was gonna let you make that comment. Let's pick on.
That may-
No, like I said, we're open,
I,
early voting is from 8 AM to 7:30.
I think that's,
Election
we
day
see a
is
lot of people
6:30
from the
to
river
7:30.
doing absentee because they don't want to drive down this way. You know, I mean, so I think there's an opportunity for anybody to vote. that wants to. Motion's still on.
So I have a motion for, as the director suggested. Wait, second.
I'll second that.
So we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor of the motion on the table to, for the 3 locations of Bisco Town Hall, Highland Community Center, and Mount Gilead, Troy Library. Voting dates will be Monday through Friday, October 15th through the 30th, with the last Saturday of October 30th. October 31st from 8 AM to 3 PM. Regular days of the 15th through the 30th would be 8 AM to 7 PM, 7:30 PM. Correct. That is the motion that has been seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. That's unanimous. Passed.
I would like the board to consider something. Adding a Sunday.
Discuss that again at the next time. Okay, so, let's, on this.
Put those two schedules with my notes.
Well, those would go with the resolution.
Okay.
It's
So
this
just
one.
You want that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Just put one line through the other one and you can give that one to Teddy if she wants to.
You're welcome. Got paper clips. All right.
Teddy, your suggestion possibly could be considered at the next presidential. That might be when,
Yeah, I do think it would take an awful lot of education to the public, let them know what's out there. Need to make a lot of noise, get both parties to their leaders know.
but it might be worth it then. And when I'm not trying to put dollars above others. Just saying it might be
Okay.
better if there's more people coming out for presidential, because there's more stuff on the ballot than just that. Just what we had this time. I don't remember what was on the ballot the last time we did it. And I'm,
It was presidential.
It's presidential.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago.
I think I was not on the board. I think I was working polls then and I had to work
Possible.
that Sunday.
Dana was on the board when they did it. It was when I was a three-person board.
I was probably still in the polls. Cause I never voted for one on Sunday. But it never really fit at the time. All right, so any further business for the public? Comments, concerns, questions? If not, we have our last item, which is a closed session for personnel issues. Close our meeting, go into that. Will be 6:12. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, Katie.
Okay.
Ain't right to have fun either.
Have you ever played the gym?
Oh,
So it was down at the beach.
Put everybody on there.
All right, so we are done with our closed session. And we are ready to close our meeting for this evening. Motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion.
3,
I'll second.
Debbie. It is 6:45. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
All right, Cliff, I can-